The note on the fridge is from his wife, and it says, "It's not working, I can't take it anymore, and I'm going to Mom's." He grabs the note, opens the refrigerator, the light comes on. He gets a bottle of beer, twists it open, takes a swig, and says, "It is ice cold. I don't know what the heck she's talking about." Now, chances are we all have been such a dork at one time or another, like an ignoramus, completely unaware of the reality, and later on wondered what the heck did just happen. In fact, a lot of similar issues we are still floundering to figure them out. Now, let me tell you a story that will explain why some of us often behave like these ignoramuses, in the business world at least. I call these people technocrats, those who operate in the knowledge economy and have spent being successful and based on superior knowledge or some specialized skill of one kind or another. So here's the story. Once upon a time, there was an octopus named Charlie. Now, Charlie was powerful and strong. He could lift 1,000 pounds with his 8th tentacle. Everybody was mortified of Charlie and his powerful whack and blows. It was so strong that even the big blue whale was scared of the big and strong number 8. And Charlie went around fearlessly anywhere he wanted, waving number 8 as he moved with a swagger. All his other tentacles basked in the glory of number 8. Now, one day, as Charlie was fast asleep, he was swept by a strong current, and when he woke up, he found himself stuck in a reef, unable to extricate his number 8. Now, number 8 told all of the other 7 tentacles to work together and pull it off. But all the other tentacles had no clue what to do. It was always number 8 that did everything. And so there lay poor Charlie, stuck in a reef, probably until eternity, or until someone could come and rescue him. I left the sea right afterwards, so I do not know what really happened to Charlie, but I do hope poor Charlie got unstuck. Now, you know, I just made up Charlie's story. But the world has no shortage of Charlies, imbalanced and unaware. I was one. I spent more than 5 years in my doctoral program, and that was after already completing 2 master's degrees. Then I was thrown in a different world, a non-linear world that defied logic, that did not operate in systems and equations, at least not the kind that were easily defined. As I floundered and learned new skills and became good at them, I realized it was just a matter of focus. There was a time when getting to the CEOs was simply impossible for me, and today I schedule them weeks and sometimes months in advance. With the lessons I have learned, I pledged for the rest of my life to continue learning new tricks and helping these very smart and very successful people who are great at something become unstuck and take off on a new trajectory. The problem with knowledge workers is that they have an overdeveloped sense structures at the expense of a balanced set of traits. They see the world from a tinted glass and choose to operate with a limited set of tools. It is no wonder that they are stuck and struggling to get going. You see, logic is what technocrats have depended upon all their lives. And a great skill it is, yet logic is highly limited in its ability to navigate the complex human world that we live in and is often at odds with reality. If you have a teenage daughter like I do, then you know what I'm talking about. There are so many superior tools better than logic that work like magic in my dealings with my precious little girl. In fact, sometimes I think I should consider launching a very, very profitable seminar on this topic. Now, technocrats need to balance their logical thinking by strengthening their, shall we say, nonlinear thinking, for the lack of a better word, because making nonlinear leaps and connections is necessary to hear the unspoken that is screaming to be heard. Technocrats have spent an inordinate amount of time developing one competence or maybe 2. From school onwards, they have competed in the world of knowledge and processes, and less on people, cultures, or complex human systems such as markets, at least compared to other people. It is the development of perceptual acuity that often gets neglected in preference for science and logic. This puts the technocrat at a disadvantage when he or she assumes a market or business leadership position. Moreover, they have dealt with the top 20% of the people, shall I say, who by definition of the 80-20 principle operate differently. They may not have the requisite understanding of the rest of the 80% people and their behavior patterns. Only after they have acquired a new perspective and a new set of tools does their real potential unleash. And oh yes, they are incredibly capable people and learn very quickly. But often they do not know what is missing. Their understanding of nature, which I call NQ or nature quotient, is different and removed from certain realities, and one does not know what one does not know. It is that simple. Often they do not even have the knowledge of the problem, let alone the steps to clean it up and find the solutions. So if you are failing to grow revenue or are growing too fast but with dysfunctions abound, then you need to do something different. I encourage you to join me in my quest for a more balanced life and work. There's much to share for the willing and the ready.